Breaking news. The Philippines is making headlines as Southeast Asia's fastest-growing economy. The numbers do not lie. In 2025, the country posted a remarkable GDP growth rate of over 6%, racing ahead of neighbors like Indonesia, Malaysia, and even the economic powerhouse, Vietnam. International investors are taking notice, pouring billions into Philippine stocks and real estate. The streets of Manila are buzzing with newfound energy as new projects rise from the ground. This growth has shocked even seasoned economists. For decades, the Philippines was seen as the sick man of Asia. Not anymore. Today, the country is driving its own economic story, turning challenges into opportunities and building a new future. The world is watching as this archipelago of 7,641 islands transforms its destiny. But what is behind the Philippines' rise? Why is this nation booming when others are slowing down? To answer these questions, we need to look beyond the numbers. The real secret lies deeper, in the choices, the people, and the resilience woven into the nation's DNA. In this essay, we'll uncover the true drivers of the Philippines' economic miracle. You'll see how a country with almost no oil reserves, persistent trade deficits, and a young population is rewriting the rules of growth in Southeast Asia. Across Southeast Asia, many countries owe their economic rise to oil and gas. Malaysia, Indonesia, and Brunei have tapped into vast reserves beneath their soil and seas. These riches have fueled their cities and built impressive infrastructure. For decades, oil and gas have been the engines powering their economies, filling state coffers and funding ambitious projects. Let's look at some hard numbers. Indonesia produces about 700,000 barrels of oil per day, and Malaysia around 600,000. Brunei, despite its small size, pumps over 100,000 barrels daily, enough to make every citizen a beneficiary of state wealth. These nations have used energy exports to boost GDP, pay for imports, and stabilize their currencies. Oil is more than a resource. It's the lifeblood of their economies. Contrast this with the Philippines, where oil is scarce. The country produces less than 30,000 barrels per day, a tiny fraction compared to its neighbors. The Philippines imports over 90% of its oil needs. There are no vast petrodollars filling the budget or building cities overnight. This difference sets the stage for a unique economic challenge, and an opportunity for the Philippines to chart its own course. The Philippines faces a tough reality when it comes to energy. With almost no domestic oil reserves, the nation must import most of its fuel for cars, factories, and power plants. In 2025, the country's oil consumption reached nearly 500,000 barrels per day, but local production covered less than 10% of that demand. This dependence on imports exposes the Philippines to global price shocks. Every spike in oil prices hits hard. It drives up transportation costs, electricity bills, and prices for everyday goods. The government spends billions of dollars each year on imported fuel, straining foreign exchange reserves. Despite these challenges, the Philippines keeps growing. Instead of collapsing under the pressure of energy deficits, the country adapts. It invests in renewable energy, like geothermal, hydro, and solar, to reduce dependence on imported oil. It also works to improve energy efficiency, making every peso count. These energy challenges could have slowed the nation's progress. Instead, they have forced Filipinos to become more resourceful and innovative, searching for growth in other sectors. The Philippines has another hurdle to jump: its trade deficit. This means the country buys more goods and services from abroad than it sells. In 2025, the deficit hit over $50 billion, as imports like electronics, machines, and fuel far outpaced exports like bananas, semiconductors, and garments. Tourism, a key growth engine for neighbors like Thailand and Malaysia, is still developing. In 2025, the Philippines welcomed about 5 million international tourists, far fewer than Thailand, which regularly attracts over 30 million visitors a year. The country's islands and beaches are famous, but infrastructure and marketing are still catching up. This slower growth in tourism means fewer dollars coming in. It also makes job creation in resorts and hospitality a challenge. Many young Filipinos still leave for work overseas, searching for better opportunities. Despite these obstacles, the Philippine economy continues to expand. The story of its growth isn't about easy wins or lucky breaks, it is about something much deeper: resilience, adaptability, and the drive to succeed. Here is where the Philippines truly stands out. Most fast-growing economies in the region have oil or gas to cushion tough times. The Philippines does not. Instead, it has built a new path, proving that natural resources are not the only ticket to prosperity. The country's strength lies in its people. With a workforce of over 45 million, young and eager to learn, the Philippines has turned to services and manufacturing. It has harnessed the power of human capital, teaching millions to speak English, solve problems, and deliver world-class services. The Filipino spirit of bayanihan, working together, shines through in business, education, and family life. The government has played its part by opening the economy, encouraging investment, and reforming outdated laws. Big bets on education, technology, and infrastructure have paid off. The private sector is booming, with Filipino entrepreneurs and multinational companies fueling growth. The result? An economy that is strong, flexible, and ready for the future. No oil needed. The transformation of the Philippine economy is dramatic. Just a few decades ago, agriculture ruled. Rice fields, coconut plantations, and fishing boats shaped the countryside. Most Filipinos lived in rural areas, working the land to feed their families. But things began to change in the 1990s. Cities grew rapidly. Factories rose along highways, making everything from clothes to microchips. The service sector exploded, creating new jobs in banks, malls, call centers, and IT parks. By 2025, services made up more than 60% of GDP, outpacing both agriculture and industry. People moved from villages to cities in search of better lives. This urban migration fueled demand for homes, schools, and hospitals. It also created a vibrant consumer market, with millions buying smartphones, motorcycles, and fast food for the first time. This shift has made the Philippine economy more diverse and resilient. No longer dependent on a single crop or commodity, the nation is building for the long term. Visit Metro Manila today, and you'll see the heartbeat of the new economy. Modern business districts, Makati, Ortigas, Bonifacio Global City, and Bay City, are alive with activity. Skyscrapers pierce the sky, cafes buzz with entrepreneurs and young professionals. Shopping malls sprawl for blocks, packed with families and tourists. Makati, the original financial center, is home to banks, law firms, and world-class hotels. Ortigas blends corporate towers with entertainment hotspots. BGC is the new star, a city within a city, designed for the digital age. Bay City rises by the sea, drawing casinos, hotels, and tech firms. These districts are more than just places to work. They symbolize ambition and hope. Here, companies from around the world set up shop, drawn by a skilled workforce and a growing consumer market. Every morning, millions of Filipinos commute in to chase their dreams. The energy is contagious. This urban dynamism spills into the rest of the country, driving innovation and prosperity. Perhaps the greatest success story is the rise of Business Process Outsourcing, or BPO. In the early 2000s, global companies began to notice the Philippines' young, English-speaking workers. They opened call centers, IT hubs, and service centers. Today, the BPO sector employs more than 1.5 million Filipinos and generates over $35 billion in annual revenues. BPO is more than answering phones. Filipino teams now handle finance, design, healthcare support, and software development for Fortune 500 companies. These jobs pay well and offer career growth. The sector has transformed lives, lifting millions into the middle class. When the COVID-19 pandemic hit, many feared the worst. Yet, the BPO industry adapted quickly. Employees set up home offices. Companies invested in digital infrastructure. Work continued uninterrupted, even as other economies stumbled. This resilience proves that the Philippines is ready for whatever comes next. The BPO boom is not just about jobs, it's about global relevance and local opportunity. What is the real engine of the Philippines' remarkable growth? It's not oil, gold, or foreign aid. It's the Filipino people, at home and abroad. Their drive and adaptability fuel the nation's rise. Every year, more than 10 million overseas Filipino workers send home over $36 billion in remittances, supporting families and boosting local economies. Filipinos are known for resilience. Typhoons, earthquakes, and economic shocks have tested the country again and again. But each time, people rebuild stronger. This spirit extends to business. Entrepreneurs create startups, Students master new skills. Workers find ways to thrive, whether in a Makati office tower or a Dubai hospital. Domestic consumption is another key. Filipinos love to spend on food, gadgets, travel, and education. This steady demand keeps the economy moving. Even when exports slow, local businesses grow, jobs are created, confidence soars. In the end, the Philippines' strength is its people. Their faith, hard work, and community spirit are the true secrets driving the nation forward.